Please help our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, share.
Welcome to the Dead-Celebs podcast with your hosts, Brent Novak and Tana Satterley.
For a complete list of all of the celebrities who died, please visit our Facebook page, the Dead-Celebs podcast. Celebrities who died in May 2024. Susan Buckner, best known as bubbly cheerleader Patty Simcox in Greece, died on May 2nd. Before joining the cheer squad at Rydell High, Buckner was Miss Washington in 1971 and represented her home state at the Miss America competition the following year. She would go on to perform on a variety of programs like The Dean Martin Show, The Mac Davis Show, Sonny and Cher, and the Brady Bunch Variety Hour. But it was her role as Simcox that put her in front of millions. After the success of Grease, Buckner took on roles in shows like The Love Boat, The Hardy Boys, Nancy's Room Mysteries, and a co-starring role on When the Whistle Blows. She also appeared in Wes Craven's Deadly Blessing alongside Sharon Stone and 1989's Police Academy 6, City Under Siege, which was her final acting role. She stepped away from acting to focus on her family, but continued to share her passion for the arts, teaching theater at a Florida elementary school and working as a dance instructor. She was 72.
Bernard Hill, who played Captain Edward Smith in the 1997 record-breaking film Titanic, died on May 5th. Born in Manchester in 1944, Hill studied theater in college and got his start with a small role in the BBC anthology series Play for Today. His breakout role came in 1983 when he memorably starred as Yosser Hughes in the BAFTA-winning BBC drama Boys from the Blackstuff. Later, Hill earned acclaim for his portrayal of Captain Smith in Titanic. He also starred in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings franchise as King Théoden, appearing in both The Two Towers and Return of the King. As both Titanic and Return of the King earned 11 Oscars each, Hill has a role in 2 of the 3 films, in which most Academy Awards of all time. Ben-Hur is the 3rd. Hill's additional credits include I, Claudius, Clint Eastwood's True Crime, 1990's A Midsummer's Night Dream, The Scorpion King, Valkyrie, and Wolf Hall. He was 79.
Ian Gelder, a British actor best known for his portrayal of Kevin Lannister on Game of Thrones, died on May 6th. In addition to Game of Thrones, Gelder appeared in TV series such as Torchwood, Doctor Who, Absolutely Famous, and His Dark Materials. Gelder's work on the stage was prolific. When he died, the famed Royal Shakespeare Company said he had been a regular on the RSC stage since the 70s, playing characters including Antonio in The Merchant of Venice and Clarence in Richard III. Gelder's husband, actor Ben Daniels, shared on social media that Gelder had been diagnosed with bile duct cancer in December. He was 74.
The legend known as Roger Corman, the director, producer, and distributor of numerous low-budget horror, science fiction, and crime movies, whose career in Hollywood spanned 8 decades, died on May 9th. Nicknamed the King of the Bees and the Pope of Pop Culture, Corman was a visionary behind such classics like 1964's The Mask of the Red Death and the original Little Shop of Horrors from 1960. Born in 1926 in Detroit and raised in Los Angeles, Corman worked his way up the film industry after starting in the mailroom at 20th Century Fox in 1950. He made his first feature film in 1954, then produced and directed several B-movies across a number of then popular genres. As a producer, Corman famously opened Hollywood doors for a number of young and then unsteaded talents, including Jack Nicholson, Ron Howard, Peter Bogdanovich, Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, Jonathan Demme, Joe Dante, Stephanie Rothman, and James Cameron. At the time of its death, Corman had a producer credit on an astounding 495 films. He was 98.
Rudy Moreno, nicknamed the Godfather of Latino comedy, died on May 11th after being hospitalized with pneumonia. Born on July 24th, 1957 in Los Angeles, Moreno was an influential stand-up comic who gave many other comedians their big breaks, including Ken Jeong, who paid tribute to him on social media. Moreno made appearances on numerous shows over the years, including Everybody Loves Raymond, The Shield, George Lopez, Monk, Arrested Development, American Vandal, Mom, and Dave. He was 66.
Susan Backlany, an actress and stunt performer who is best known for playing the great white shark's first victim, Chrissy, in Jaws, died May 11th. Backlany, who was born on September 1st, 1946, appeared in numerous films and television roles until the early 1980s. She had parts in films such as the Jim Henson-directed The Great Muppet Caper and Steven Spielberg's 1941, in which she famously spoofed herself in a Jaws parody scene. Backlany also worked as an animal trainer, and after she retired from Hollywood, she worked as a computer accountant. She was 77.
So actor, animal trainer, and computer accountant.
It's interesting what these people do now.
Yeah.
Being somebody who tries to be creative, I can't imagine being creative and then sitting at a desk.
An accountant? No,
Yeah, exactly.
no. I'm trying to get away from that.
Yes, exactly. Don't tell your bosses that.
Tony McFarr, a stunt actor who worked as a stunt double for actors like Chris Pratt and John Hamm, died on May 13th. A stunt actor for more than a decade, McFarr began his career on a 2011 episode of Bones as Jeff Stoltz's stunt double before steadily snagging more work on titles like Teen Wolf, Homeland, Sleepy Hollow, The Walking Dead, and Manhunt. On the big screen, McFarr worked as Pratt's stunt double on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Jurassic World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Other notable film credits include Dawn of the Planet Apes, The Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Furious 7, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. He was 47.
Oh, way too young.
It didn't say how he died.
As of right now, they don't know. Dabney Coleman, the veteran character actor who played the villainous boss in 9 to 5 and won an Emmy for a supporting role in the TV film Sworn to Silence, died May 16th. His career spanned nearly 7 decades, starting with appearances on TV shows like The Outer Limits, The Fugitive, and The Alfred Hitchcock Hour in the 1960s. By the time Coleman took to the role of the sexist boss, Franklin Hart Jr. in 9 to 5, standing out despite starring opposite iconic actresses Lily Tomlin, Dolly Parton, and Jane Fonda, he had amassed a resume that included dozens of shows and film. His screen credits include Buffalo Bill, On Golden Pond, Tootsie, War Games, The Muppet Takes Manhattan, You've Got Mail, The Beverly Hillbillies, and Yellowstone. He was 92.
Morgan Spurlock, the charismatic filmmaker who started a national conversation about America's reliance on junk food with his 2004 documentary Super Size Me, died on May 23rd from complications of cancer. After creating and hosting the show I Bet You Will for MTV in 2002, Spurlock began production on his first immersive documentary project the following year. He ate McDonald's 3 times a day for 30 days and had his film crew document what all that fast food did to his body. The resulting documentary earned him an Oscar nomination and prompted McDonald's to stop offering supersized portions, though the company did dispute many of the claims made in the film. Spurlock went on to create the documentary series 30 Days for FX, and his subsequent movies explored issues like the war on terrorism, Where in the World is Osama bin Laden, and the role of product placement in entertainment, The Greatest Movie Ever Sold. He was 53.
Did you watch
Yes,
that?
it's been so many years, but yeah, and I just remember it wasn't even like a week, and his doctor was like, look, this is not good for you. I remember they were filming the visits with his doctor, and they were checking his levels, and he was like, you got to stop this. He's like, no.
Isn't that horrible? That's
Yes,
so scary.
it is scary, because there are people who do that. They
People
eat
live
like
off
this.
that. Yep. Johnny Wachter, an actor best known for playing Brando Corman on General Hospital, was shot and killed in Los Angeles on May 25th when 3 men attempted to steal the catalytic converter from his car. The Charleston native began his acting career in 2007, appearing in the minor roles in Army Wives, and over the years appeared in shows as NCIS, The O, and Westworld. In 2020, he landed a reoccurring role of Brandon Corbin on General Hospital, filming 164 episodes through 2022. He most recently appeared in the films Supercell and Dead Talk Tales Volume 1 in the series Barbie Rehab and Station 19. Wachter also had a couple upcoming projects, including the films American Sogner, which is currently in post-production. He was only 37.
Wow, so sad.
And both of us being in South Carolina, this is really sad. But when I first got here in Charleston, like that was the show you wanted to be on, was Army Wives. We're casting Army Wives. Hey, you an extra in Army Wives? You have one line in Army Wives? So yeah, good for him. Good for him.
I remember watching that show. I love that show. Elizabeth McCrae, who memorably played the title character's girlfriend, Lou Ann Poofy, in Gomer Pyle, USMC in the late 1960s, died on May 27th. Between 1958 and 1989, the actress racked up dozens of credits in some of the most popular TV shows of the day, like I Dream of Jeannie, Bonanza, The Fugitive, Gunsmoke, and Rhoda, as well as in soap operas, including Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, and Guiding Light. In film, she notably portrayed Meredith in Francis Ford Coppola's The Conversation. Her final acting project was Eddie and the Cruisers 2, Eddie Lives, in 1989, in which she played reporter number 3, according to IMDb. According to her obituary, McCrae, who went by Betsy, later spent time working as a drug and alcohol counselor in New York and returned to her native North Carolina with her late husband, Charles. She was 88.
Check out our sister podcast, Talk Murder to Me. Step into the captivating world of true crime with an unexpected twist of humor. With John's compelling narrative and Jen and Nicole's amazing banter, this podcast offers an entertaining and unique approach to true crime storytelling. Talk Murder to Me can be found on any podcast platform, also streaming live Saturdays on YouTube. For a legal disclaimer, please visit www.dead-celebs.com. The Actor Factor brings the industry knowledge to you firsthand from professionals, including working actors, directors, managers, and more. Find it anywhere podcasts are streamed.
If you are struggling with thoughts of suicide, please reach out. Help is available. Dial 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.